Hello everyone, this is Daphne from second CSM section and with the bearing roll number 234G18357 and the subject is object oriented programming through Java and topic is constants in Java. Declaring constants. Constants in Java are typically declared using the final keyword. Once a variable is declared as final, it cannot be resigned or modified. The declaration usually includes a naming convention where constant names are written in uppercase letters. And here you can see the final keyword has a numerous way to use. A final class cannot be subclassed. The final method cannot be overridden by subclasses. A final variable can only be initialized once. Example of constant declaration. For example, a constant for the value of pi can be declared as final double pi is equals to 3.14159. This makes it clear to the reader that the value of pi should not change throughout the program. Using the constants help prevent identical accidental changes to important values in your code. The uses of this final keyword is we can where we mention the final keyword in a program. It defines that user get to know that the program can't be changed where the final keyword is mentioned. Constant naming conventions. Constants are generally named using uppercase letters with the underscores to separate words. For example, max underscore users is a typical way to represent a constant maximum number of users. These conventions helps differentiate constants from regular variables at a glance. Here we can see that which of the following statement is correct about constants. And here I'm going to read about all the options. Constants are written using uppercase letters because the compiler ignores constants declared in lowercase letters. The data stored inside a final variable can be changed using the assignment statement. And the C is you can make a variable constant by using the constant reserve word while declaring the variable. And the options variables defined using final make a code snippet more reliable and easier to maintain. And the correct option is the variable defined using final make a code snippet more readable, easier to maintain. Benefits of using constants. Using constants can prevent magic numbers and strings in your code, enhancing clarity. Constants also make it easier to update values. You change them in one place instead of many. They can be used to define your configuration settings, making your code more adaptable. Constants in interface. In Java, all fields are declared in an interface more explicitly public, static, and final. This means you can define constants in an interface that can be accessed by implementing classes. For example, public interface constants is int max underscore size is equals to 100. Creates a constant accessible by any class implementing the interface. Enums as constants. Enums in Java can also serve a type-safe way to define constants. For example, enum day, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday creates a set of predefined constant values. Using enums ensures that only valid constants are used in your code, reducing errors. Especially enum is used to reduce your errors, and uh, it is used to ensure that the valid constants are used in your code. And here you can see some code here. Public enum environment. Here we already mentioned that enum, and here we mentioned the body of the program, and here go with the private string URL, environment string n URL. This URL is equals to n URL. Public string URL return URL. Final was a static final. And here we see the two words of a final was a static final. The final keyword is used for defining constants that cannot be changed. The static keyword indicates that the constant belongs to the class rather than instance of the class. When combined a static final is defined as a class level constant that is shared among the all instances. Here we can see the difference is the final keyword is used for defining constant that cannot be changed. Final keyword is used for the constant that cannot be changed. In static is indicates that constant belongs to the class rather than inside. Here we can static keyword we can see that a constant is belongs to the class or a instances of the class, and the combination of this both static and static final is a class level constant associated among all the instances. Static and final keyword static and final and this both the combination of static final the keyword in Java. Common pitfalls with constants. One common mistake is failing to use the final keyword, allowing the unintended modifications. Another issue is not following naming conventions, which can lead to confusion. It also important to avoid using overly complex expressions for constants that can reduce code clarity. And you can see the data pitfalls: data as to data processing, data calculations, data comparisons, data analysis, and data visualization. Conclusion. Conclusions plays a crucial role in writing clean, maintainable Java code. They provide a way to define fixed values that signals intent and enhance readability. By understanding the utilizing constant effectively, Java developers can avoid common coding errors. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening and thank you so much for giving this opportunity.